Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and His Son Yahusha Mashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo. Today is the 10th of September 2024. It's 9:38 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm just going to demonstrate here what I think is happening with between the correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P 500 ES futures. So what I'm noticing here is that you're seeing the weakness in Bitcoin before you actually kind of see the Bitcoin the weakness in the ES, right? So I think it's kind of front running the ES right now. Now this is a 1 hour chart, and we're basically here around Camarilla R3 just like the ES, right? So the ES is here around Camarilla R3, and let me just point that out with the arrow. Right, so that's Camarilla R3 right there, the red line. The blue line is the central pivot. Central pivot is at 5494.5 and Camarilla R3 is at 5495.33, right? So that's the red line, Camarilla R3, and it's creating that golden pivot zone right there. The two pivots are together, right? So this is a Black Sun strategy, and this would be an entry right here. This is the first upper deviation band from anchored from the beginning of the week, which is September 8th on Sunday evening when the market opens, right? So it's anchored from there. And once you get a breakdown of these pivots and that first upper deviation, that's a Black Sun strategy entry, right? Short to possibly this level here of -2 VWAP or -1 VWAP, right? So we have ES breaking down, and let's see. And actually, the broke actually started here first with with Bitcoin, right? Now the candles might look a little different. It might look a little bit like this candle is bigger than the Bitcoin candle, right? But I actually noticed that this one actually broke first. So this is basically the same kind of setup. +1 VWAP is actually a little higher above Camarilla R3 on the weekly level on Bitcoin. So let me just point that out. So Camarilla R3 is at 56,887, right? So, and then this is +1 VWAP here, upper deviation, that's at 57,495.25. So that would be an entry right there, but it'll be a little risky because you could get what's happening here. You get a bounce off of Camarilla R3. So you really want to try and have these pivots lined up better like it is on ES, right? So you see you have the rejection, you have the breakdown of the pivot, so you could take the entry at the breakdown of the pivot and have your stop loss above this level, right? So on Bitcoin, we don't have, let me see, let me throw on the pivot levels. Right, so the central pivot is all the way down here, so it doesn't have that golden pivot, double pivot right there with the pivot levels, but it's the same kind of setup, right? Now you could be aggressive. Well, not you. I'm not giving a trade recommendation because I can't do that. I'm not a CFA, right? So this is just my opinions and my own strategy. So I could be aggressive, take the short here on the breakdown of first upper deviation, even though the pivot level is here, and just have my stop above, like, I guess this prior swing high right here, right? So it would be in profit. I would be getting some retracement, and we almost got to VWAP here. But anyway, the point of this video was that you're seeing the break in Bitcoin before you're seeing the break in the ES, right? And during the day, like intraday, I actually have this up as a front running indicator along with trading the ES, right? So as you can see, the ES is bouncing back up a little more aggressive than Bitcoin, right? So to me, Bitcoin is a risk on asset, right? So in an environment where these hedge funds may have to, I guess, tighten up their portfolio, this would be one of the first things they're going to sell, right? So we're seeing a clearer downtrend here in Bitcoin. So that's leading me to believe that, all right, we're in a risk-off environment and we're selling out Bitcoin much faster than they're selling out the ES, right? So that's why I keep this Bitcoin chart up, and I actually traded during the day as well too, like paper trade it and just to practice my strategies and stuff. So it's basically kind of moving. It has a correlation with ES right now. So if anyone wants to kind of check that out, look at the chart, look at it intraday and see how it moves and see if you could see that correlation as well. So let's see here. Let me switch over to Bitcoin real quick. I mean Bookmap, sorry. So we have Bookmap here. I do my paper trading here on Bookmap, practicing my strategies and stuff. So you can see here it's a, let me just highlight the selling where it broke from. And I think I have to make an adjustment here. No, wait, where is it? Hold on 1 second. So 56,877. Right, this is in the wrong place. No, actually, it's correct. All right, so we get this big sweep down here, big sellers coming in here, and it got to, this is an intraday pivot level. But anyway, that's not really what I'm talking about. Just trying to demonstrate how heavy the selling is within this level here. So you see, once they executed this big order, we start sweeping through and taking down price very aggressively. We came down to yesterday's VPOC, and now we're getting a little pullback here to VWAP, right? So this is anchored from the beginning of the session at 8 p.m. and now we're getting a retest probably of the central pivot here. I just want to kind of open this. Sometimes it takes a little time for it to load up. Right, so this is the central pivot here. We might get a retest of that. This is VWAP, ETH VWAP. And right now we're at the bottom central and Camarilla S3. Let me see if that's correct. Make sure that's correct. Let me go over to my Bitcoin chart over here, because I have to do these. Yeah, it's correct, right? So it's coming back up from below, retesting Camarilla S3, and it's setting up to be a bearish day, right? So I'll be looking at this in the ETH, possibly in the morning, to see where it's at and to see if it continues this this selling, and if ES is actually following it as well. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's a leading indicator. I find it to be a leading indicator now with the ES. It's a risk on asset, so there will be more selling or front running selling before they sell the ES, and it gives me a little edge in my entries, like when I'm going short and stuff like that in the ES. It gives me a little edge because sometimes this actually breaks before. All right, y'all. So it's Malak Shalomo. Y'all trade safe and stay blessed.